All right, I thought today was a good day. For us to come out, I told the guys beforehand and yesterday in meetings, and obviously before we came out today. Today's an identity practice. It's one of those that everybody has all the focus on the spring game, which was great, and really liked what I saw, and really all phases of what we did. I mean, there's good, there's bad, there's things that are easily coachable, but also opportunities for us to grow and get better. Yesterday was an important day for us because we got to go back and watch it. We got, I always like to try to have a practice after spring because now you get to maximize the time together and learning from the in-game experience. And we were able to do that for all three of our scrimmages. But then today, we came out, we were in shells, wanted to get some good special teams work, probably 40, 45 minutes of special teams work that we were able to do. Still got some one-on-one, still got some 7-on-7 work, and then we were able to break up at the end and really work on some unique presentations, whether that was different things defensively that we didn't maybe see as much of in the spring, and then just certain things defensively of what we could potentially see there from offenses throughout. But I thought that was a really good work from the mental aspect of it, and I like where our guys are at. I really appreciate the work that they had. I appreciate the mindset, the mentality. We had the one practice there about halfway through it. That we didn't bring the intensity to the level of what I expect, and I think like I told you guys last week, they responded, and they responded throughout the rest of spring. I thought we got better, throughout each of the practices, and it's puts us in a really good spot for what we need to do here this summer. Majority of our team is here. There will be. There'll be a little bit of probably a handful of guys that are coming in, that were signees early that, will be summer or spring graduates, and then, you never know what's going to happen, here moving forward. But the majority of our team is here and in place, and I like the work we were able to get in, and excited about as this group continues to grow together. If they'll continue to push to that standard, it's going to be fun to watch them grow and perform.
Will you be highly exclusive when it comes to adding pieces maybe in the portal, or has anything changed, you think, in terms of what your needs are?
It's something we continually evaluate, and for us it's still the same standard. We're looking for the right fit, and it's if we get an opportunity to find somebody that brings great value to our program, on the field, off the field, and all the things that of being a great Florida State Seminole, then that's something we'll always explore. And I'm excited about the direction that we're heading, and some of the pieces that will be added in the summer that we've already signed, and then the potential of what's ahead.
Watching the film, was there anything that stood out that maybe you didn't see?
Oh no, I pretty much a lot of it. I understood and expected. Some of the things with the whistle. There's some opportunities that Jordan probably would have had. That were probably quick whistles, but in a sense, I actually liked how he performed. There was a couple, he was going to the right spots, he was putting the ball in good places. I thought Tate, really the same thing. There's a couple routes that we have got to clean up, just details on, but you see the growth. It was good for AJ to have to go into that situation to kind of see where he was in the moment, and just be able to continue to grow from those experiences. But defensively, I thought the first defense was phenomenal. I thought they ran to the ball hard, played physical. That's what jumped out to me when I went back and watched it. It was the effort, the physicality. I intentionally went 3 straight practices at the end of last week. With Thursday being one of our most physical practices, a goal line practice, and then you have a big pass-heavy day on Friday, and they showed up. It was good to see. And there's times that you'll watch teams that they get to that spring game and guys are playing hesitant or just playing careful, and I thought our guys went out with a purpose to get better, and it was a great crowd. I really appreciated everybody that came out, and it was fun experiences. Be able to have a lot of our past players here, but I thought our guys played with great energy. They're continuing to play more discipline, which there wasn't a ton of flags. There were a handful of them that we got to get cleaned up, but I thought we made some great strides.
Having a big crowd at the game, does that energize your players?
Well, I mean, I love it because they get to see who they represent, and it's we got an unbelievable fan base. It's great supporters. To see them show up, there was a buzz around city of Tallahassee during the day, and it's what it should be. I mean, it's never take it for granted, especially after COVID. You never take any opportunity to have fans, but it was. It was just great to have everybody here, and really grateful for that, and our guys were appreciative of it as well.
Mike, what do you think Julian Almella will add to the offensive line group when he's here in June?
Well, I'm really excited about Julian, and he was here this weekend. It was great seeing him and just his continued growth and development. He's done a remarkable job through his high school career of just changing his body, and he's coming in. I mean, physically, he's going to have a lot of the tools and things that are necessary to be able to compete early. He's also playing one of the hardest positions to come in and contribute early, but he's passionate about it, and I like the things he's done up to this point. But he's big, long, athletic. Does a great job with the physical nature of the game. So it's going to be for seeing him. Jalen Early was also here, which from Texas, and he's another guy that we think sky's the limit for him, and he's really done a nice job, and all of our signees got a chance to play. Sean Sapp is another one. Those three linemen that are coming in this summer. It's always a challenge at that position, but those guys are very talented young men, and we're excited about getting them here.
Given that you're already in last day of spring, you think we'd have this together by now. Given that you have the majority of the roster already here intact, do you have a good sense of the identity of this team going forward?
This is a team that works, and they've responded to the challenges that have been presented. I try to challenge these guys daily, and I want them to be uncomfortable. I want to see them in moments when they're getting coached really hard and you're emphasizing certain points. Are you seeing the proper response of what you're asking them to do, or are they hearing you but maybe not listening to the things that need to be done? But this group, when you identify things that have to improve, I've seen them really put focus towards that, and so I'm excited about this group. I'm excited about the guys we have, and like I just told them here at the end of practice, we are where I think we need to be, right, finishing spring, but we have a lot of work ahead. We got to finish academically. We talk all the time, how you do anything is going to be how you do everything. So we talk about being a team that wants to finish. Well, now's our time to go finish academically as good as we can, as possibly can. All right, then we'll have a little bit of time where guys will be off, some discretionary time, and then we jump into the summer. It's going to be a critical summer for this team, but with most of them being here, they have a sense of the expectation and the standard. This being our second full summer of us getting to work and operate with them. They know what's coming, so there's an excitement about it, but they know they got to get their minds right.
What are the things that you're going to emphasize in the summer for them?
It's really to say that not a whole lot different than when we came into spring. It has to be consistency. I think you see, and you saw in past experiences. This has been a team that there's been some ups and downs, and we want to consistently be our best, consistently show up and trust the fundamentals, trust the communication. I think that showed up this spring. I thought we communicated so much better than any time that since we've been here. But now it's continuing to play faster, to the efficiency in all operation, and just continue to grow closer. The closeness and the belief in this team is really high, but I think it can continue to get better, and it's going to constantly change. You're going to be adding newcomers. You're going to have just different elements that always show up. So I'm excited about that process.
Time for a couple more.
We always talk about how important the spring is for the early enrollees and transfers, but how important are these next few months where they can look back at what the spring was like
and that's what, even today, that's what today was. We tried to show them some things that maybe they had not seen, or maybe, different areas, because now at least it's on tape, and they can, as we get in and have the ability during the summer program to have meetings, we can reference back to a lot of these things that we've done, and then try to clean up the finer details. And that's where, for all those guys that are coming, it's not their first time hearing it, and we'll be able to get a little bit further along. Because sometimes, like some of these newcomers, I thought, Caden Lyles was a guy that he played the most snaps he's played. There in Saturday scrimmage, I thought he did well, and there was a couple plays here and there, but I told him after, I was like, that's what I needed to see. But he's also at the back end of it. He's playing more confident, and he was able to get those repetition or those reps, and it was good to see. So now you carry that in the summer. If he'll bring that same mindset, I think you're going to continue to see a great jump, because he's the focus on the fundamentals rather than just being what to do, but now clean up how to do it.
Utilizing the portal how you have this off-season and bringing in all the new guys, is there anyone who stood out to you from a leadership perspective, whether that be even the returning guys that you're basing?
I think we have a lot of great leaders. The guys that are returning. I think Fabian Lovett, Rob Cooper, Dylan Gibbons. I think great growth out of Jordan Travis, Rob Scott, Trayshawn Ward. Cam McDonald I thought Cam had a really good spring, and that was something that I was excited to see. I like the overall competition at the receiver room. I mean, I thought those guys, to point out a leader, but when you have that type of competition, I mean, guys have to elevate, and guys worked, and that's I'm grateful for that rather than pointing out a single leader in that. Kalen DeLoach, Tatum Bethune is a newcomer that really came in. I like Amari Gaynor has been a part of this program for such a long time and continues to work to improve, to get better. I mean, excited about what I've seen from him. The defensive backfield, Jamie Robinson's a guy that we challenged him when he came back, and just such a talented player, and he's a great teammate. But now is his time to be able to step up and step out, and I've seen him do that. I've seen him do it in the off-season program, and it really kind of emerged there late in the spring, and saw some great things from him. So I mean, I know it's a lot of guys I mentioned, but you want that. I mean, we should have that. I mean, these guys that are here, I mean, they understand what we're expecting, and the guys that are being brought in, like Jared Verse, I mean, he knew coming in what to expect and what we were going to ask of him, and they embrace that challenge, because if they're not going to embrace that, they're not going to be here. And we try to be very transparent of the expectation, and we saw the benefit of that a year ago with the guys that transferred in, and I think it showed up really well here this spring, with the newcomers.
What's the outlook for Winston Wright's recovery? What's the outlook for Winston's recovery?
It's coming along. I mean, he's been here, been in meetings, still working through his process. They're trying to keep, not bring him out here, as of yet. Still, but he's progressing along, and we're excited about where it will be, and we're just working with Winston in the process of his rehab, and we'll see how that goes throughout the course of the summer.